Hi, I would like to share with you a bit of scriptures, just one verse from Exodus chapter 20, verse 17. You should not covet your neighbor's house, you should not covet your neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is your neighbor's. And that scripture right there is one of the 10 commandments that God has given to his people Israel, and also an extension to us. Excuse me, because God thought it is important for us to know these commandments and to live by them. And I think it's important that the these commandments to be shared with everybody. That I mean that that while we live in a nation that is free, we 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 should have laws that reflect our whole, the holy commandments of the Lord. I mean, I mean, people in this day and age, they they live in materialistic society, and particularly first world countries like the United States, because I mean, pe- people look at other people's things in envy, like um, other people's goods, other people's wives and other people's children, and it's like I want to have what they have, and I think I, I think this commandment is very important because this this leads into other commandments in the Ten Commandments, particularly the, these ones. You should not kill, you should not commit adultery, you should not steal, and you should not bear false witness against your neighbor. Because if you're coveting after your neighbor's wife or your neighbor's goods, you, you may end up breaking those other commandments about stealing, killing, committing adultery, and bearing false witness against your neighbor. I mean, and of course, God has laws for Israel concerning about things that deal with neighbors' goods. I mean, like if you like if you find somebody's ass or donkey straying, and you don't know who that person is, you should take it in and care for the animal until the person who's looking for comes for the animal, and they retrieve it from you, and just whether to give a reward for it or not, that's entirely up to them. But it's 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 how one of the laws of how we should love our neighbor as ourselves, as Jesus says. That's second greatest commandment of all time. I mean, first being love the Lord your God with all your mind, heart, soul, and strength. I mean, we see in scripture how people break this commandment about coveting their neighbor's wife or goods. I mean, we see in 2 Samuel David lusting after Uriah's wife Bathsheba, staying home from war, and he started asking questions about her, and he takes her into his bedroom, and they sleep together, and she ends up getting pregnant by him, and David takes Uriah uh, off the out of the war zone, and tries to get him to sleep with his wife. This is so to cover up the adultery, and Uriah refuses because he's too loyal to David, his his commander. Because I mean, he won't go home unless everyone is in the army goes home, and David tries to get him drunk, so he can go home and sleep with his wife. But Uriah ended up sleeping with his servants. So David ended up putting him back into the war zone. But he sends a message to Joab, his field commander. Basically put Uriah in the forefront of the battle so that he may die, and of course Joab puts Uriah with a few men in the forefront of the battle, and of course they die, and Uriah dies, and of course David's free to marry Uriah's wife, and to them have a child together, and of course this thing displeased the Lord, so God sent Nathan the prophet to speak to David and tell him that because of his actions, child that he had with Bathsheba will die, and that David's going to have family problems. Because David slept with somebody else's wife in secret, so David would have one of his sons sleep with his 10 concubines that he left in Jerusalem, care for her house, when he fled from his son Absalom, and he ended up doing that before all Israel, pitching a tent upon a roof and just doing that thing. Also, a case of King Ahab with Naboth the Jezreelite, when he saw that Naboth the Jezreelite had a vineyard, King offered to give him better vineyard than his own, and or he could pay Naboth the full price for the vineyard, but excuse me, Naboth didn't want to do that. He didn't want to sell off his inheritance, so King Ahab told his wife Jezebel about what's going on, and Jezebel decided to take matters into her own hands, being queen of the northern kingdom of Israel, and she writes a letter to the elders of the northern kingdom of Israel, and sanctify fasting, and then put Naboth at the head of the table, and have a bunch of worthless fellows come and say accuse him of blaspheming God and the king, and that's what they did, and she ended up signing with the king's signet, saying that King Ahab approves of this action, and so that is what they did. They fasted. They put Naboth the Jezreelite at the top of the at the head of the table, and then they got worthless fellows standing there accusing him of blaspheming God and the king, and he took him out and stoned him. And then when he and his sons are dead, then Jezebel tells Ahab to go and possess the vineyard, and because now it's virtually his. And we see how breaking the commandment to not covet after another neighbor's wife or goods can lead to other sins like murder, like lying, like stealing, like bearing false witness against your neighbor. I mean, all sorts of sins. I mean, and when we do that, we sin against God. I mean, because we see Paul saying something about this in the book of Romans, in like chapter 7, and saying, what shall we say then? Is law sin? God forbid. Nay, I had not known sin, but by law. For I had not known lust, except the law had said, you shall not covet. But sin, taking occasion by the commandment, wrought in me all manner of concupiscence, for without the law sin was dead. For I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived and I died, and the commandment, which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death, for sin, taking occasion by the commandment, deceived me, and by it slew me. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment is holy and just and good. Was then that which is good made deaf unto me? God forbid. But sin, that it might appear sin, was working deaf in me by that which is good, that sin by the commandment might become exceedingly sinful. And that's pretty much where I'm going to leave you in this video. So have a good day, and may God bless you.